let's move on to some transfers and rumors.
Yeah, so it's too bad Connor is not actually on this episode because two of these transfers have to do with Atlanta United. One confirmed, one not yet confirmed, but like it's probably just a matter of
No, it just got confirmed today.
Oh, which team?
PT.
No, I meant Barco.
Oh, you're talking about the other one.
Yeah, no, I know PT's confirmed. Anyway, so PT Martinez going to Saudi Arabia for Al-Nassar for a lot of money.
That is ridiculous.
Well done to Atlanta, because any DP who scores 7 goals and 11 assists in 40 games. Granted, Andrew, what's his title?
This isn't PT Martinez getting transferred to Al-Nassar. This is South American Player of the Year, PT Martinez, getting transferred to Al-Nassar for $18 million.
Yeah. I mean, I know money's literally not an object for Saudi Arabia. Like, they literally just go, all right, here you go. But that's so much money. Like that's so much money.
For the output that he put in. If you told me Yosef got sold for $18 million, I'd say bet.
It's not enough. I would say, they lowballed him.
But exactly, right? PT Martinez played 40 games, had 18 goal contributions. And it wasn't like he was Miggy, where he didn't have a lot of goal assist contributions, but he played really well. PT Martinez was like ranked the bottom half of his team, like half of those games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he started to look like not horrible the last few games. Mm-hmm. That may have just been because he was trying to get a transfer confirmed. We don't know. But the other half of that, and this hasn't gone official yet, but it will probably happen, is Ezequiel Barco is probably on his way out. Either it looks like to Fiorentina or Sevilla for another 20 mil. So for two not great stat players, I mean, he had 10 goals, 8 assists in 50 games. So for a combined 17 goals and 19 assists between two players, you're getting 40 mil in MLS. Okay.
And that kind of goes to show you.
You build 3 Red Bull rosters with that.
That goes to show you what the league is shifting towards, right? It used to be we would buy players on freeze for stupid amount of wage budget and let them retire here. We've now switched and said, hey, we're going to beat you, and we're going to have all these attractive markets and make a name for ourselves as a selling league. Bring in these players for 15 mil, and what was Barco? Barco was probably like another 8, and try and develop them and show them off and sell them for profit. And the thing is, you get them so young, Ezequiel Barco, for example here, where even if you put in 18 goal contributions in 50 games, he still has the potential tag on him, and you can sell him for a ton because you know that, he didn't play so well because he was hurt for a bunch of times. It took him time to get in and out, and he didn't have Yosef to play off of for, 8, 9, 15 games a season, whatever. You can play that switch, and that credit to Atlanta. I don't like them, but they do it really, really well. They can find the right players, bring them to an attractive market with 70,000 people watching them, and get them to buy in, ball out for a year, and then sell them on. They're gonna be the Ajax of this league at some point.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Yosef. He's gonna. I tweeted a semi-sarcastic thing the other day from the podcast account that said he's gonna come back in his team when he's healthy and back to playing. And he's gonna look around and go, where the hell did everybody go? Granted that Jurgen Damm and who's the other one? Eric Torres.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So granted they brought in attacking talent to kind of offset this, but now they have one minimum at maybe 2 DP slots open, and a lot of money to spend.
So what I will say is I won't say Cubo Torres is an attacking addition. Cubo Torres was absolutely atrocious the last 2 games. But You're right. There are other people around there, but how are they going to fit that mold of whoever they decide to bring in as their coach, right? They had Tata Martino, then they brought in Frank de Boer, right? They're a big name coach. Big name. Doesn't matter if they fit the system or not. Big name. Right. So let's see what they bring in.
Yeah, I think once Barco leaves, it'll be usually teams we say cycle through 3 years. This would be the third for Atlanta. I think it's kind of Miggy's gone, Petey's gone, Barco's gone. That like core of that ridiculous team when they enter the league is now kind of being phased out. Whether or not the team that's now there can replicate that success, we shall see. I mean, they have George Bello, so anything's possible.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like they're dropping off and rebuilding. I know a lot of people use the term rebuilding for Atlanta United. I don't think they're rebuilding at all.
No, they're still.
They need to fill some spots, right? I think Jeff Larenos is a step or two past his prime, but they're not rebuilding. Red Bull are rebuilding, hopefully, but Atlanta United are not rebuilding.
Yeah, my hope for them is they split the 2 DP spots, so they bring in a DP attacker, so whether that's another striker or some sort of winger, and then a center mid, because
holding or attacking.
If they're gonna insist on playing a 3-4-3, then a center like a holding,
like a 6-8.
Yeah, if they want to switch it up, then you can bring in a 10, I guess. But Mo Adams and Jeff as a 2-man midfield does not work.
I think Mo Adams has potential, but playing.
I like Mo Adams, but
I like Mo Adams too.
Not in a 2-man midfield. I think if they go to it like a 3-5-2, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he needs more around him. He doesn't have the range that Nagby used. I think they brought him in to be a straight swap for Nagby, and I don't think he's fitted.
Right.
Story time for another day, right?
Yes. Couple short ones. So Christian McCoon got loaned out to Fort Lauderdale. Not a huge one. He only played like 11-10 minutes this season, but at 20 years old, they can loan him back to Inter Miami whenever they want, apparently. So it is whatever. He was not going to get minutes over like a Lewis Morgan or Carranza, so is what it is.
This is a guy who was playing for Juventus's B team. He's now playing for Fort Lauderdale Club de Football.
2020 doesn't make sense, man. There are no rules.
God. That's absolutely wild.
Yeah. Granted, the 2 players who are in front of him have been 2 of Miami's best players this season.
Right.
I understand. He's not like I have to assume he's one for yes, at 20 years old, you would kind of expect him to get more game time, but I wouldn't be surprised if they said, go play every game for Fort Lauderdale next season, come in and ball out for us.
Which I think he's in the same boat as Petey and Barco, where you're going to see him play, ball out for a year or 2, and then head his ass straight back to Italy or something.
Yeah.
Which would be fine. That's what they need to do. They need to start making money so they can buy the next man on your list.
I don't even know if I want him, to be honest, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So we're talking about Gonzalo Higuain coming in to Inter Miami because, dear God, they need a striker. They just play so well. They're like these little combination, little passes just play where you're like, oh, moving the ball really nicely between Pizarro, Carranza, Morgan, and then they get to the box and they don't remember how to do anything. I don't know if I think Higuain would work, not because it's Higuain, but I think they need that quote immobile striker. You just need a target man.
You do.
Let the three midfielders behind them interchange, do what they do. I mean, Pizarro was playing right wing at one point yesterday, and then just whip the ball in and hopefully Higuain does something. That being said, and the last time I truly watched Higuain was 2 seasons ago at Chelsea, and dear God, he is slow. So I don't know how well that would work, but the man scores goals, so for a season, go for it, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
I just want to flashback to when we were doing our predictions for the Eastern Conference, and you said that Robbie Robinson and Juan Agudelo were enough to get them across the line.
I was wrong.
Yeah,
Robbie,
you were.
Robbie Robinson, I think, actually is the one to benefit if someone like Higuain comes in because of how much experience he has. So I wouldn't hate it because I think Robbie Robinson will improve. Juan Guerrero is my age. He's not getting like it is what it is at this point with him.
Are you saying you can improve and get yourself a trial at Inter Miami? Is that what you're telling me?
As much as I would love to, Max Ramos, if you want to help us with that, I'll give you my number. We can set up a trial for me. I'll get back in shape. No, I don't think at 27, almost 28, I'm signing an MLS contract.
It's kind of wild, right? But yeah, Robbie Robinson, I think would be he would benefit. Do you want him to be that type of striker, right? Do you want him to be will he learn of the Higuain from the past, where he was semi-decent with Juve, or will he learn from the Chelsea version where he was super slow and didn't really do too much?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know if I'd want him to necessarily be the same type of striker because I don't think he is, but I think it'll teach him the runs he has to make, the pockets of space he has to find.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he's clearly way more mobile than Higuain is at 19, 20 years old, I think it'll only, help him. And it'll give Miami another option if they want someone a little bit more mobile, so that front four can kind of just interchange as they go on.
Yeah, for sure.
And then last but not least, then I'll actually throw this one to you because this is your team. So is Gylfi going to DC?
Man, Gylfi was out of favor last year when we had Tom Davies as our starting center mid with, oh God, who did he even play next to? He played next to, I forget who he played next to, but basically Gylfi was playing, he's a number 10, no question. He was playing as a 6 because there was just no more room for him. And with James and Allen and soon to be Decore, that midfield just got 800 times better. And Gylfi's good, but he's not that good. I think they'll give him an ultimatum, say, hey, I'll send you to USA right now. Go for it. Or you can stay here and be a substitute or a cup game attacking mid for us. Play with the younger guys and teach them how to do things. At his age, I think he comes and comes over to our side, which I wouldn't hate, right? I think he's a good player. I think he's got a lot to offer. Does he have offers from other teams? I don't know. He might. I just think that if he came here, he would immediately he'd be Wayne Rooney caliber at DC United. Not by name, but by performance. I think he would do everything right. And I would hope, at least, if they put the right players around him. I think what they're missing is that attacking midfielder to pull the strings. And Higuain's good, but he's too old to do it day in and day out. Mm. Put Gresso on one side, you put Mora on the other, you put Kamara up top. You can interchange a whole bunch of different players in there to get what you want. Paul Arriola will come back after his injury, and you'll have a lot to work for him. And the defending at MLS is not the defending in the Premier League, so he'll be able to pick a few spots that will be very, very simple to him. So I would love to see him come. Would I love to see him come for DC? No. But I would love to see him come and see what he could do here because he's not a bad player.
That's what I had to ask because I haven't seen a whole lot of DC. I caught the last 20 odd minutes of the Red Bull game the other day, but DC is just one of those teams like I haven't been keeping track on, so I have no idea if Gylfi even comes in and he obviously makes them better, but like is a number 10 what they need? I have no, like I'm genuinely asking, like I don't know.
I would say they do. But as we know, Benny Ball has no limits, and we could be seeing him as a right wing back at some point.
I mean, I saw Julian Gresso was finally playing right back the other day, so that was good.
I wonder if we'd be letting him go on a free.
I don't know.
As an Everton.
I think he has one more year.
So I'd hope there's a fee involved for the Everton side because one, it would
Well, it wouldn't be a lot because DC definitely can't afford 20 mil to spend on Gylfi.
Well, I mean, we paid 50 mil euros for him, so
Yeah, well,
like
you're not getting anywhere near that.
that. I saw
That's not
50 mil for him, and when I saw him, I was like, oh, great, he signed. Because I knew it was linked, and then he was like 50 mil. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude, you guys overspent.
Iceland Internationals thought to perfectly fit the profile of a midfielder player that Ben Olsen wants to target. Ben Olsen doesn't know what he wants to target. Can you kick a ball? Let's go.
Pretty much.
I'm reading this article that was posted about 18 hours ago. Pablo Maurer posted it for The Athletic, and it might not be this window. It might be hey, when you're out of contract, how about you come this way? That's what if I'm DC United, that's where I go. That's how I do it. I say I'll swallow the end of this season because this season, as we mentioned, doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of next season, we'll get by if I can convince the board that give me one more year of Benny Ball, and I will get you a midfielder of fantastic quality. To me, just reading this now, this seems like hey, Vancouver Whitecaps sent a DM to Messi when he decided he wanted to leave, and that's them showing interest. That's kind of how it feels right now. Is hey, how would you think about? I don't know. I would see him if he has an offer somewhere back home going there before coming here. But that's just me.
Fair.